Week 10, Thursday night breakdown. Dolphins and Ravens in Miami. It's going to be a beautiful game, hopefully for the Dolphins. And we're going to be there. Let's jump into it, baby. What is up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Tap. My name is Michael, and this is John. John, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing so great. So awesome. So spectacular. As you just mentioned, Thursday night preview means that we're going to be talking about the Miami Dolphins for once. We get our own special episode to talk about our team, talk about the Ravens and what's going on in that terrible team over there, and focus on, Super Bowl champions, Miami Dolphins.
Yes, 100%. 100%. It's going to be a good one. Like I said, John and I are going to be there. Super stoked for it. Hopefully it's a close game. I don't think it's going to be, though, but I hope it is. I hope it is. What do you think, John? Do you think we're going to get blown out?
I don't think we're going to get blown out, man. The Ravens have looked like one of the only Super Bowl contending teams out of the AFC, but let's be honest, they've gotten field goal games against
throwing shade
to
the Titans. Dang.
Well, no, they're one of the only. I mean, they're one of the other fringe ones. I'm saying there's only like 4 teams that you could say are Super Bowl contenders out of the AFC right now. But what I was getting to about the Ravens was they've brought in games down to a field goal, if not a 66 yarder by Justin Tucker against the Lions, against my quote unquote best worst team, the Vikings. They've taken some games down to the wire against some bad teams. So, and Miami's one of those bad teams that likes to sneak up on people. So let's see what happens.
I have yet to see them sneak up on anybody, John. I have not seen them sneak on anybody.
We just snuck up on the Texans.
Oh God. Yeah, there we go. I think it's going to be bad. Right now, I think the spread's 7.5. So,
you taking Dolphins -7? I like, or +7. I like it.
No, 7.5. No, I'm not. I'm taking the Ravens -7.5. I think it's gonna be rough. Especially if Jacoby Brissette plays. He threw some boneheaded picks this week, man. Like, he almost gave the game back to the Texans. The only reason why we didn't lose to the Texans is because they're the Texans. They're bad.
Couldn't even pull it out against the Jacksonville Jaguars either. But no, I think Jacoby is going to be let's just be honest here. It's going to be a rough game. It's either going to be one of those weeks where the Dolphins really just surprise everyone, or it's going to be another one like the first time we played the Bills where it was a 35-0 blowout and we hung our heads down for the entire night.
Shoot, what about the Ravens game 2 years ago when we got blown out 45-0 or 45-3 or whatever it was? That hurt. That could be this week.
You're making me rethinking wanting to go to this game now. It's a long drive home.
Sorry. But anyways, let's jump into these fantasy implications. Lamar Jackson must start. Jacoby Brissette, I'm not playing. Not touching with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in Jacoby Brissette. Now, Wood does get to go ahead to play. He is a game time decision right now. If we see some Tua, would you be interested in him this week?
If I'm in a 2-quarterback league, that's about it. I think that he's going to have – it's not a favorable matchup, and I think they will run the ball. I don't know. I don't trust him this week unless I'm absolutely desperate.
Tua, Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Yeah. I'm going to have to change some lineups now. All right. What about these running backs? Devonta Freeman really stood out last week. Our waiver wire show. You got Le'Veon Bell, possibly no Latavius Murray again this week. If Murray does not play, what capacity are you playing Devonta Freeman and Le'Veon Bell?
I think they're both running back 2, 3, or low end running back 2, high end running back 3s, flex options if you need a flex. But like I said last week, which I guess it kind of bit me in the butt because they scored over 70 points in that game. We're starting to get to that point of the season where people are banged up, needing that extra rest. I'd rather look for a flex option later on Sunday. But I think Devonta Freeman, if I have to choose between the two, Devonta Freeman, and then if I really am desperate and need to fill my running back 2 spot or a flex spot, then which on Thursday night, you should be putting your flex option in your running back spot or in your wide receiver spot. Then I would play Le'Veon Bell at that point. I think they're going to.
All right.
Devontae is going to get the majority of the snap percentage, but Le'Veon Bell should see, double-digit carries, especially if this game gets out of hand.
Yeah, you'd really like to see it, especially like you're saying, especially if you can and they start just playing whoever's available, not trying to wear anyone down or put anyone out there to get injured. Let's talk about Miami. Myles Gaskin is obviously the lead back with no Malcolm Brown. Right now, currently is only projected for less than 9.5 points this week in your standard half-point leagues. How are you feeling about that? Are you going over or under the projections there?
Over. I think he's a low-end running back too. Excuse me. Jeez. Based on volume alone. And I think he's going to get it done in the passing game. Caught 6 targets. I mean, he ran the ball 20 times and only had 34 rushing yards last week. He got in the end zone off that Wildcat, but he's not. We all know he's not an efficient runner, especially going up against this team. He's going to get his bread and butter in the passing game. They're going to use him. And with no Will Fuller, with no Devontae Parker, they're going to have to use him again. Based on volume, based on his pass catching ability, I think he's a low-end running back too. And he's a good start.
How are you feeling about Salvon Ahmed? Last week, they only gave him the ball 4 times in total, but is that something we're going to be seeing moving forward?
I'm not touching Salvon this week. He's a boomer bust guy. Big plays, can have some really, really big plays. But I just don't think has any fantasy value.
Right. I actually like Myles Gaskin. I think that he's got an opportunity for some breakaway runs. And like you said, if this game gets away from us, they are still going to use them in the passing game. The only problem is that it is that Thursday night game, and you are stuck throwing them in that running back 2 spot at the very, very best case scenario. You should not have him as a running back 1 on your team. Let's just get that out of the way. But I do think he carries a little bit of value this week, even against this tough matchup. Let's jump into the wide receivers, though. As we know, both teams have these small, fast guys. We got Hollywood Brown and as well as Jaylen Waddle are saving grace over here in Miami. Mike, are you liking both these guys as must starts?
Yeah, 100%. Currently, Jaylen Waddle is a top 20 top 24 wide receiver. He's getting more and more involved in the offense, and Jacoby Brissette missed a wide open Jaylen Waddle, decided to let him continue to run and then throw into double coverage. Whatever. Jaylen Waddle, though, must start. He's getting all the targets. Like I said, no Devontae Parker, no Will Fuller. You got Preston Williams, who has brick hands, and you've got Matt Collins, who, unfortunately, he's our wide receiver too currently. So, yes, Jaylen Waddle is definitely a must start.
Alrighty. What are you thinking about Rashod Bateman? Or actually, let's jump into Marquis Brown really fast. Obviously, wide receiver 6 on the year in standard and half point. Obviously, a must start. Dude's getting just as many targets as Waddle. And then obviously with Lamar Jackson being a competent quarterback and able to move the ball downfield, he's going to get 1 deep this week. So very, very good start there.
Yeah, he's very. Davian's been giving up big plays. And Byron last week played like poop. So yeah, Marquis is definitely a must start. Rashod Bateman, I am interested in as a wide receiver 3 this week. Maybe even has that potential to be a wide receiver 2. But wide receiver 3 flex for you if necessary. But he's going to finish this week as wide receiver 3. And if he gets in the end zone, he's, might even sneak up into that wide receiver 2 category.
I think this is a good week for him. Last week, he got those 8 targets. So he's been getting really involved. He's only had 3 games as an NFL player under his belt. So he's starting to really get moving in the right way. And then you mentioned Press earlier. Are you playing him at all? No. He is that big guy with that red zone upside.
Give me Matt Collins over Preston Williams, and I'm not playing Matt Collins.
All right. Now let's jump into the tight ends. We got Mike Gesicki last week again, 8 targets. The man has been an absolute monster. Had a beautiful one-handed catch. I'm sorry you got to see
2 of them.
2 of them.
Two
Sorry,
one-handed.
two of them. But did not really ball out when it comes to points. Kind of found himself in the middle of the pack when it came to a tight end. No red zone targets there, and was not really getting those big chunk plays like he gets every once in a while. Is he still a must-start tight end?
100%. I sound like a broken record. No Will Fuller, no Devontae Parker. We got poop everywhere else except for Jaylen Waddle. Yes.
All right. And then let's talk about tight end 2 on the year currently. Mark Andrews.
Yep.
You know,
Must start.
Must start tight end. Absolutely 100%. No problems. Questions
Our
asked.
The Dolphins linebackers are also garbage.
All right.
There's a lot of garbage. Your team. A lot of garbage going on there. Plus, right. I mean, look at his targets, dude. How are you going to pass up on a tight end like that? Like getting solid, consistent targets week in and week out.
He's getting the solid, consistent targets, but again, he's very touchdown dependent to have a big day. Kind of doesn't find himself over that 8-point mark. But when he does have a big day, he goes off and has huge days, which is why you still play him in a must-start situation. So yeah, if you got him, you're still playing him. But understand, he's only had 3 games over 10 points all season long.
Mike Gesicki or Mark Andrews?
I feel like I'm going to say with the fact that we've got Sammy Watkins limited still. I don't want to say. I want to say Mike Gesicki, but my heart's pulling me towards Mark Andrews. But I think Mike Gesicki there. I think he's got more of a red zone opportunity.
I'm going with the better team here. Unfortunately, I'm going to go Mark Andrews. So,
all right.
Yeah. Better quarterback, better team. It's depressing to be a Dolphins fan right now.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
For what? What do we have to be excited about? We don't even own our own draft pick, John. Who cares?
We've got multiple first-round picks. We've got
we've got one first-round pick this year. One first-round pick this year.
Okay, sorry. Got a first round. We've got possibly one of the best wide receivers out of the draft class.
Woo!
It's great. You should be.
I love it. Yes. Who's throwing in the ball?
We've great plenty. The guy that they won't put in. Let's get Tua out there. Let's get him some. The guy hasn't even played 14 full starts yet. Let's get him in there and freaking play. The guy hasn't had a full season.
I understand. Right. We're on the same page. It's just I'm depressed.
We still don't even know what we have because we don't even give him a chance. And then we gave him a half of a playbook for 7 or 10 of those first starts anyway. So it's like we really have not even given the guy a chance.
But 2 is the problem, right? But 2 is the problem.
No, our got holes in a lot of places.
I'm being facetious. We have our entire offensive line is one big ass hole. We're gonna
we do have some upside. We've been playing practice squad. We've been playing practice squad receivers for the majority of the season at our wide receiver 3, if not bench receivers, almost every single game this week.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
With
our offensive line. We literally the top 3 offensive linemen to allow the most quarterback pressures this year are all Dolphins, all tied for first, 37 pressures each. Liam Eichenberg, Austin Jackson, and Jesse Davis. The 3 worst. I give Eichenberg a pass. He's a rookie. Let's let him learn. Austin Jackson, I don't even know why he's on the team. Cut his ass. I don't care. Pay him to leave. Jesse Davis should be I'm done. I hate the Dolphins. I'm a Rams fan now.
All right, man. Well, enjoy your time in LA.
I will. We're gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
That's awesome. I am still a Dolphins fan. I love it. And I'm here for the 40-year rebuild,
47.
Well, no. You don't need to win a Super Bowl to rebuild. to have a solid franchise. We've had flashes since
25
made
years.
playoffs.
25 years at least. What 2 playoffs in 25 years? It's depressing. It's depressing, people.
All right.
Let's get out of here before I start crying.
All
All right, guys. We
Absolutely.
love you. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening to my rant. Go Dolphins.
Go Dolphins. Let's go.
Yeah.
We've made the playoffs. We've made the playoffs 10 times since 1990. That's not that bad. I'm very happy with that. Let's go Dolphins. Ravens suck. Upset of the week. Let's see it happen.
+7.5. Let's go. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you later.